Welcome to Fly Nubian Money, where we help you master your mindset and maximize your money. Hello, everybody. Happy Friday and welcome to Fly Nubian Money, where we help you master your mindset and maximize your money. Today's conversation is about the power of ownership and how one 23-year-old is showing us how to take control of our brands and our wealth in a digital age. Cenat, the social media star and entrepreneur, has not only turned his online presence into a multi-million-dollar business, but he also built a platform where other creators can learn to do the same. By keeping his ownership of his content, saying no to major partnerships, and creating opportunities for others, Kai has unlocked a whole new way of thinking about financial freedom. So today we're going to break down the multi-million-dollar lesson that Kai is teaching us and explore how we can all take ownership of our assets and build wealth, no matter where we are starting from. And that's the point, right? We kind of help you level up financially, right? So joining me today is my beautiful royal queen court, Tiara Williams, Miss Black Hollywood, an entrepreneur. Yolanda, insurance broker to the stars, and Nichole Shelton, our resident attorney, top notch, knows things that we need to know. Hello, queens. I'm so glad to be here with you today. Now, listen, before we get into our conversation, what is Fridays around here? It's Blockout Friday. We are not shopping any place that does not want our money. And how do we know that they don't want our money? Well, they got rid of DEI and they're trying to do slick little things. But I will tell you this. Target is hurting. And they continue to tell us that this DEI thing, as they call it, has continued to hurt their business. So we're asking you to partner with us. Do not shop on Fridays at anywhere that does not want our money. And speaking of money, this young man, 23 years old, is a multi-millionaire. Now, listen, we all hear about people like Super Beast and these other people, but this young man is in our community. And not only is this young man in our community, he's doing what we always say. You turn around and you help someone else. And that really impresses me. So let's check out this first video and see what Kai's got up.
So I think we can all agree that Kai Cenat isn't like most Twitch streamers. He seemed to come out of nowhere, and by the time I had heard of him a couple years ago, he was somehow already super famous. And right now he's going viral for breaking records that he already set for the most subscribed Twitch channel. But I've always wondered, where did this dude come from? Well, he got his start back in 2017 on Facebook of all places. Maybe he wasn't allowed on Vine for some reason. But he posted these funny sketch comedy videos that seemed to do pretty well. But these short form videos really couldn't contain Kai's personality, so a year later he started his first YouTube channel where he uploaded prank type videos for his audience. And this really started opening doors for Kai because he was introduced to Phantom. You know, the guy behind Phantom Tax? And Phantom just so happened to be a founding member of this group called AMP, or Any Means Possible. And AMP was a content house where everybody lived together in the same place and they would pull pranks on each other and do dares. And this was where Kai's personality really started to shine through. He was always the person in the room willing to do anything to be the loudest, to be the best. And so naturally he started to gain a lot of new subscribers through joining this group. This was also where Kai decided to drop out of school so he could pursue content creation full time. And that's arguably the best decision Kai made in his life. By the time he started on Twitch, he had already established a massive audience for himself, which gave him enough pull to get people like Lil Baby and 21 Savage on his stream pretty early on. And less than 1 year after starting on Twitch, he won Streamer of the Year and Breakout Streamer. And his popularity just kind of snowballed from there.
Snowball it did, because many outlets approached him about supporting him and having them on their platforms, and he said no. But here's initially what I want to know, because typically this is not my type of content creator, and so I don't watch him very often, but I am still impressed with him, so I do try to support. So I'm going to ask my queens and you, our viewership audience, is this a content creator that you follow? So I'm going to start with you, Nichole. Do you follow him at all? You're muted.
I've seen some of his stuff, but I'm not really big on social media like that.
Yeah, so I mean, he's all over. And it's funny because I've seen clips of him, but didn't really know that was who it was. So, but that's his presence. How about you, Tiara? Because, you're in the entertainment industry.
Well, this is different from the entertainment industry, but I just have a young child, right? Like I got nieces, and I'm always watching and seeing what they're interested in and why they watch it. Like I might be sitting with my nephew, one of my, and just be like, why do you watch this? What is it about it that you like? Just to get a gauge on what the kids are watching. And Cenat is definitely somebody that comes up along with Corey Kenshin and some other ones. There's a few of these young Black men that are just killing it on the web.
I love that, because we need more presence of us doing the same thing. How about you, Yolanda? Were you very aware of Kai before now?
Look, I need to step up my YouTube game, because I don't know these babies. I don't know who they are. No, I may have seen some things that he had done, but I just don't recognize him at all. And I feel bad. I don't know why I feel bad.
But look, now we're all going to, he's on our radar now, so we're all going to be seeing him everywhere. It's like that thing, you bring up somebody's name and then you see it everywhere.
Exactly.
No, it's so much content out there that there's no way that you could know. But that's why we have platforms like this to shine the light on it, so that you'd be like, oh, I might check him out, because apparently he's doing it big.
Right.
Did you do like Darman type of content?
I don't know. I've seen him do interviews with certain stars. That's where I know him from. But I did not know his history of how he got there. Matter of fact, the interviews which we have used sometimes on the show, I was like, who's this young man? I don't even know who he is. So, now he's on the radar. Big Mac says, I don't follow him, but I check him every blue moon. He's funny though. Big Mac, we missed you. We are so happy that you're here. We love you. We missed you. Don't be a stranger. We love you. Sharonda says, absolutely amazing. And Cosmic said, I heard he was on Twitch, and that's the thing. I'm not on Twitch a lot at all. But Tiara, listen, you said something that I do want to tap in before we get into this conversation pretty deeply, because I think it's important. I said, you're in entertainment, and you said, well, I don't think this is entertainment. Why? What is the difference for you? Can you please explain that to us?
Well, no, it is online is a little different than actually like working in Hollywood. Like there are two competing markets, right? Where, people are saying to hell with Hollywood now and saying like, I'm going to go on the internet and build my own brand. Hollywood is still a bit of a middleman, but YouTube allows you to go to direct to consumer. Now, I do know and understand the market. Of course, entertainment is entertainment, but it's very different, right? In that sense. And I guess that's really all. Like that's the clear difference. But I don't knock it. I just said that to say like the young boys and the young kids are kind of like, I'm kind of like auntie or big sister to them at this point. So that's what I kind of meant by that. But there is a difference between the entertainment industry and online entertainment for sure.
Is it because he's not professionally trained?
A lot of people in Hollywood, maybe, but I think that there is a bit of a grievance that performers who have trained forever, especially here, that are like, they're not real comedians. They're not real, they're not, they have an issue with that. And so even some of the entertainers, I think, haven't been able to really capitalize off of what the movement online, because it doesn't feel like real television to them. It doesn't feel like real film. It doesn't feel like traditional Hollywood. I would say that was my biggest issue with just, maybe like we start making content for the web 12 years ago, right? I think the first show, we were podcasting before there was a podcast on YouTube. And it just felt like it just took long. And I was like, this is stupid. And not like nobody's watching, but it felt like it wasn't television. It didn't feel real. And so I don't know. I guess for some of us who have been dreaming about working in film and television for all of our lives, it isn't like just fame is not, we are classically trained. I sang in the theater, all of these things. You kind of want to work and operate in that space. And sometimes it feels like giving it to the internet cheapens it.
Which is very interesting to me, because you worked with reality TV, and this to me is just another outlet for reality TV.
Right. Yeah, I was going to say that.
I am also a former reality TV producer for that reason.
It ain't really reality.
It's not real. It's not
real. If you've had my court show here in Louisville, it was the first reality court show, but it wasn't really reality. Like the ins and outs were scripted. They'd be like, go back through that door. We
produce it. It's produced. I'm gonna put all the people I know that are gonna beef in one room. I'm gonna ask provocative questions like, so Nichole, I heard you say you don't like Yolanda. What is that about? What did she do? And then before you know it, Nichole's gonna be talking about Yolanda. Yolanda's gonna be talking about Nichole, and it just wasn't really the environment for me. But anyway, I know we got to go to break. So
yes, but I thought all that was very interesting for us to move forward.
Yeah.
So let's take a quick break, catch our breath, and we'll be right back.
Woo! It's a good show right here. But I'm biased. If you are just tuning in, you are watching Fly Nubian Money, where we help you master your mindset and maximize your money. My name is Tiara Williams. I'm also known as Miss Black Hollywood, and I'm the proud producer of this show because it is lit. If you want to receive notifications for when we go live Monday through Friday, 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All you have to do is text the word Queens to 87948. That's Queens to 87948. That's QUEENS to 87948. Also, if you want to grow your money and not blow your money, all you have to do is go to flynubianmoney.com. There's all kinds of resources, there's courses, there's free giveaways. There's just no reason to be broke in 2025. All you have to do is go to flynubianmoney.com. Obviously, you don't want to be entertained here. You want to know enough to grow. Wait, I need to put that on a shirt. You got to know to grow. Got to know to grow. So know and grow with flynubianmoney.com.
That's what we do here. So please make sure that you don't miss that opportunity. We tell you every day, but we're going to keep reminding you till you actually do it. So please go to flynubianmoney.com and download the freebies that we have for you. There are a lot of people who are asking for money for what we give away. You need to go and tap in. So let's get back into Kai, because like I said earlier, what I do love about him, about learning about him more today, is that he's a young man who sees the value in content and teaching others. So let's check out this video, because this video about him talking about this really impressed me.
My mom's house, in the Bronx, and I was like, yo, there's no way I could stream in here because, bro, this is so ghetto. Like, my mom will be screaming at me. I share with my little brother.
Been there.
Like, it's so awkward when you record in front of your family members. Everybody just don't understand shit. So it's like, I was in my room, and after my boy Phantom had told me, like, yo, bro, they gonna like stuff like that, bro. Just get it, just buy it and get it. I went to go look up how much is a PC setup and stuff like that. Total was like, so everything that I had to get like 4,000. At the time, 4,000 was like, yo, god damn. But I just did it, and I set it up, and then like, it was lit. The first stream was super lit. Then I had a stream with like a mouse had ran in my room.
I saw that.
I had a stream with a mouse had ran in my room, and it went crazy. I was panicking. I'm like, oh my god, so much. All the girls gonna see this. It's gonna be over. It's gonna be everywhere is over. Fast forward a little bit to now. We had moved up the old AMP house, and after we was renting that one, and after we had bought this one together, the one that we're currently in, and when I'm in there, I was like, okay, it's doing good. And then I was gone for a month before we had to move it because we had to move everything in. Mm-hmm. So all my subs had dropped down. I was at like 15 before I moved. I had dropped down to like 5. And after like, I came back and I was building it. And I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna lie. One thing I noticed is that like with streaming is that like you kind of gotta know life it. So like, the more consistent you are, the more you're just gonna constantly grow.
That's key. We all know that. Consistency. We hear that over and over and over from people. And I think that is one of the hardest things, because I also help to teach, especially agents, real estate agents, how to tap into video. And so many of them are so afraid that they hold themselves back. But listen, we know that this young man knew the importance of holding his own platform. So, Nichole, I'm going to ask you from a legal standpoint on this is, what are some of the benefits of building your own platform and controlling your brand instead of relying on like mainstream networks? Because what we hear all the time is we do hear content creators say, maybe Netflix will pick me up. This young man's thinking differently.
Well, if Netflix picks you up, you're beholden to them. Just like in the show we did last week when we talked about, being able to have ownership rights and being able to be an independent thinker and do things your way. That's one of the things I love about entrepreneurship, period. He also is the one who's in control of writing the contracts, who gets on his show, what they can say, what he's going to allow to be on his platform under his brand, that you don't get if you're under the thumb of one of the major networks that just keeps putting out the same old stuff. Everybody's stuff starts looking the same, but he can stand out.
And he also talked about how he had to kind of build up his own, to get there, he had to build up his own little platform of, computers and lighting and things like that. So, Yolanda, what roles does the financial independence play in a creator's ability to say no to the big corporations and maintain control of their content? I'm mute.
You got
it makes me think of a lot of people. They say if this corporation can offer you like $10 million, just imagine how much money they're making off of you, right? So he probably knows that if Netflix is going to cut him a check for X amount of dollars, if whoever is going to cut him a check for X amount of dollars, he can make 10 times more than that and still keep his intellectual property and everything else that goes along with his brand. So yeah, it's either owned or be owned. And one thing I like about him is that he doesn't have to censor himself. When you own your own thing, you don't have to censor yourself. When you become beholden to Netflix and all these other places, there could be a clause in the contract that you can't talk about certain social issues and you can't do this and you can't do that. So it's a good thing that he is just like wants to stay independent so he can just be as free as he wants to be. Yeah.
One thing that Black Lexicon said is he embraced his awkwardness and his personality very well. Tiara, do you agree with that? Because to me, he does seem a little awkward, but I still would probably go down the rabbit hole with him.
Yeah. Yeah, I absolutely do. And it works, right? When you're just a little bit different, when you just have some, I mean, Issa Rae showed us that awkward black girl definitely works.
Right.
Awkward black boy works. Different personalities. People want to see your uniqueness, and your uniqueness is kind of what's like endearing to them. Like, oh, and then on top of that, I'm not sure, just as the producer, I apologize, but there was so many videos on this young man. Aside from him saying, I want to back up a little bit, him saying that a mouse ran across, the screen when he was going live, right? There was also an interview, and it just wasn't, it was too long for me to upload, but he was talking about being completely broke and like did and not having any money, them staying in a shelter while he was trying to create content, them like him just really trying to figure it out and support his family. And that, to go from $0 to -dollars living in a shelter to a $14 million empire is amazing for a 23-year-old boy. So I think when you don't have it and you come from nothing, like I feel like it's just like I might as well just bet on me. I've done all the work. He started this journey when he was what, 12, 13 years old, making these videos and making silly videos before he even got in the amp house. Before he even did that, he was making things on Facebook, like silly silly videos, I'm sorry. And just still trying to like carve it out, like carve out his funny. And I think he struck gold with just his personality. And I think that's important. Sometimes when you've done all the work, he's been doing this for at least 10 years. You don't want to just give it away
Yes.
to Netflix,
Well,
right? You don't want to give that to Netflix.
the
Right.
question that I put in the chat that I was curious about, I come from a family where my education was important. I'm the oldest of 8. Almost all of us have at least 3 degrees. Like you got doctors, engineers, attorney. Like we all are highly educated. The next generation came, and my niece was like, I'm going to be the baddest female barber out there. And she graduated from school early, top of her class. And she decided she was going to be a female barber. And that's what she does. And she makes her money and she's good at what she does. And I remember thinking, oh my God, you're not going to college? And then I had to think about it. I was like, well, my dad's an electrician and nobody can take that trade away from him. You might be able to get your bar license taken or your medical license taken where they tell you you're under their thumb and you cannot do because you did something, but they can't take that away from her. And so then to find out he dropped out, I'm kind of like, was that smart or not? Because when I work with educated professionals and they're looking to pivot and they're looking to go into entrepreneurship and start a business, one of the first things I tell them is we need a plan. You don't go from this and just, I'm gonna jump and figure it out as I go. But that's what it looks like he did. How do y'all feel about that?
Well, you said a lot of things that were very, very interesting because look at how society influences that. Okay.
Yeah.
In the fact that we always tell our kids, you need to get this education, you need to blah, blah, blah. But still yet and we have a lot of artists that were poor, living homeless, Tyler Perry, people like that. But still yet when they make it, then everybody's like, he's stuck to his guns. He's stuck to his guns. So which one is it? Which one is it? Because there is no clear path for whatever success it is that I feel you're going to reach if you stick to it and don't let the world tell you no. How do y'all feel about that?
I happen to just believe that there's a knowing. There's a knowing. I feel like God is so amazing at that. Like, had I not, I mean, I came to LA with $250 and you know what I mean, for after Hurricane Katrina, right? I had $250, but there was a knowing that I could come here and do something amazing. And so I think I knew. Like, listen, I'm in college. This is cool, but I mean, I really could make it on this, like this Twitch stuff. Like I really feel like I have something here because he already had a bit of a following. So it wasn't like he just jumped out without anything. But when you realize that your ethic, first of all, he has a hell of a work ethic. I mean, I don't know if y'all know, but this young boy was the first one. So he went live. He streamed for 30 days straight, y'all. Is this right? Like it was 30 days
Yeah.
straight. He
Crazy.
streamed for 30 days straight, stayed on, like almost literally killed himself. They had to bring him an IV pack in there. And like he just streamed and streamed until he got like a million followers on Twitch. And then when he got it, he was so emotional. God, why didn't I pull this video? But he was crying and saying, man, I used to be in a homeless shelter. Like I used to, all of this stuff, and y'all just don't understand it. He was crying. And I just, I think that he just had a knowing. Yolanda, what do you say?
I agree with you with that knowing joint. I agree with you. Let me tell you why. When I first started my business, I just knew that I wasn't going to return back to corporate America. I was like, oh no, it's over. No more. And although I was afraid because I was like, oh my God, I'm going to pay these bills. I'm going to feed my son. I was so afraid, but I just knew I will never, ever return back there. And being consistent, just like how Kai was every day, when a customer didn't call, I still touched my business. Even if I judged up my website or, sent a little email here or called somebody like, hey, what about that quote? Something. I always put my finger on my business every single day. That knowing that I will never return back to corporate America, it just was innate. It was innate.
And that's the control. That's why he won't go mainstream. Because he had a taste of being the master of his own fate.
Exactly. You just will never go back. I was offered a Netflix deal, about the whole Bianca White situation. You guys know about it. Like I brought it to you, Ted and Nikki. I talked to you about it, and I turned it down. And the reason why is because I didn't like the way the contract looked. And also deep down inside, I don't want them telling my story. I'm going to tell my story my way.
Yeah, and that's important. I want to hear what our viewers are thinking about this. We're all talking about this like we good girlfriends, but I want to hear what y'all think about. We have successful business people who watch us every day. We have entrepreneurs that watch us every day. What do you think about that? Is it the knowing and just staying on your life purpose? Because it's very easy for people. And Nichole, you and I were young mothers, okay? We were young mothers. I was 16 years old when I had my son. And I let people tell me that I couldn't do my dream anymore. And so what did I do? I suffered until now, where I'm like, I don't give a damn what y'all say or look at me any kind of way. I ain't too old and I ain't blah, blah, blah. If I'm not living my purpose, then I don't want to live. Now, with that being said, I need to take a break because we're getting kind of testimonial up in here, and we'll be right back.
I know you're busy. You got things to do, and you can't take us on the go with you every single day. Good news for you. We are now on Spotify. So if you can't watch us, now you can listen to us on Spotify. Search Fly Nubian Money, and all the episodes shall appear. All you have to do is subscribe, leave a 5-star rating, leave some comments, tell people how you love us so that when other people come along and are looking for a great show to watch, they can find Fly Nubian Money too. One last thing, and just in case you've been sitting under a rock, Fly Nubian Money now has an investment club. We are the Fly Nubian Money Club. It's easy. All you have to do is go to flynubianmoneyclub.com, and I am committed to bringing in top experts from all industries to help you level up. They're teaching us the skills that we need to compete in this market. We often say that nobody is coming to save us, not the government, but guess what? We're coming to save us. I'm coming to save you with the Fly Nubian Money Club. So listen, all you have to do again is go to flynubianmoneyclub.com. We have a 30-day free trial set up just for you, just for those people that are struggling. Even if you ain't struggling, you ain't got to struggle. I'm coming. Okay, let me stop playing. I'll see you soon.
We coming on a white horse. If you're missing out on it, y'all are missing out on an opportunity. We're talking about giving you opportunities today with this young man, showing you that it can be done, but you can't do it if you're blocking your own blessing. So please make sure that you go to flynubianmoneyclub.com because it's worth it. As a matter of fact, it's priceless. So when I say priceless in value of educating you, you want to do that. Now, listen, Kai is still very interesting. We're really talking about how he is setting a really good blueprint for people to follow. And he's not ashamed to put those footsteps down for you and turn around and help other people. So let's check out this next video about Kai, because the more and more I'm learning about him, the more and more I'm kind of loving this young man. Let's check him out.
I'm gonna say something real quick, good. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna say some real shit because I haven't even given y'all any game for real. One thing I learned with this shit, bro. A lot of people have been talking about how this shit should be on Netflix, how this shit should be on or Amazon Prime should buy this, Tubi should buy it, somebody hire and they do it crazy. We already been getting talks with different people, but I want to go ahead and say this, bro. But an idea like this so original, you got to keep it where it's at. You want to know why? I want y'all to learn something, bro. Y'all channels and who y'all are as a person. Y'all channels, y'all pages are being content creators, gang. This is y'all idea. This is your guys' stuff. You feel me? Treat your platform as if you would treat other platforms.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to all these big platforms that have subscriptions, bro. Twitch, I think of it like this. If you're going to sub up, you're going to get some good shit. Y'all have the opportunity to make y'all platforms as big as other platforms that y'all see. They're all doing the same thing. It's the same thing. It's the same exact. I'm going to say something real quick.
Come on. Come on.
Was he not telling and spitting truth? So, okay, Nichole, how does Kai's success challenge the idea that you need big studios or networks to make money in the entertainment industry?
You don't. He's proven it wrong. You know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of the Black Gary V. And I don't know if y'all know Gary Vaynerchuk, but it's a similar story. He came from nothing. He was like, we were poor, but his dad had an alcohol business, and he was like, we gonna make this liquor store do what it do. And he was like, I'm gonna do it my way, and I'm gonna turn it on his head. I think that the people who are the most successful, we see at the end of it when it's like, oh, they were an overnight success. That takes heart, it takes tears, sweat, hard work, and hustle. And so the fact of the matter is, you can always look big. You got to look big before you get there. You got to fake it till you make it. I know that that's a cliche, but it is, because if you see yourself there with his little $4,000 computer system, I'm like, hey, I thought he was going to say 200. 4,000 means he saved up some money and he got there. He did the darn thing. If you can see it, honestly, you can have it, but it's going to take consistency. Don't just have a dream and a goal. It needs to be you eat, breathe, and sleep it.
And that's what he did. Eat, breathe, and sleep it. I mean, literally, when he went that 30 days, right? But let's check out some stats, because there is a world of people who do dream like that and they don't achieve. So I want to kind of check out a couple of the stats about those that have made it, because I want to give some kind of encouragement to that. A Business Insider report show that top creators on platforms like YouTube and Twitch earn between 1 million and 3 million annually through brand deals, sponsorships, and ad revenue, with many of them building significant wealth without the need for traditional employment. Now, before we move on to the next slide, I want you to check out these numbers. Check out the numbers that they have on their social media. You have the 6.7 million on Instagram, 4.6 million on YouTube, 2.5 million on Twitter. You know, these are not little numbers. These kids are going all in. Now look at the sponsors: Logitech, Sonic, Samsung. That's a lot of sponsorship. So it's not just you building your social media platform just with content. When people see that you're valuable, they may want to buy it, but guess what? No, it may not be worth that, but it's good to have your sponsorship. Let's check out another stat. Gen Z and entrepreneurship. According to Forbes, 60% of Gen Z actively try to start their own businesses or side hustles, making them one of the most entrepreneurial generations. So let's pull back, right? Because we're all content creators, all of us. We don't just do this show. We all have our own shows. We all have digital content. We all have different things that we use. We know the power of tapping into this. So Tiara, how do you feel about that? You know, with 60%, and it seems like such a slim part make it, what would be your advice to those who want to do this?
Yeah, I think that it's so important. So, first of all, even though it says 60%, I feel like all of us should be um, selling a product of some sort. You know, I believe that. I feel like to change that gap, that wealth gap that we have, or inflation is happening right at this moment. Just to make sure that you have money coming in no matter what. We're taking what Kai said. Take your intellectual property and your story and turn it into money, monetize it like everybody else, because that's all he's saying. I feel like we all should do that. Everybody, even if you don't see yourself as an entrepreneur, you have something to sell, and that is your story. That is your unique personality. That is that intellectual property that Kai is talking about. I mean, he wasn't able to say it like that, but he's saying your channel is just as important as everybody else's. I don't know if you remember, but I used to get these little DVDs from Netflix. I used to order them, and they would send them and mail them to me, and I put the DVD in my DVD player. That's when Netflix had 300 followers. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's likened to, but they just kept revamping and evolving as a company to where they are now. And it wasn't overnight. That was 2008 when I used to just be like ordering it back and forth, sending it back, them sending it to me. So I think that belief is really important, y'all. Belief in yourself,
Yep.
belief in your product, which is yourself, investing in yourself, and believing that you can do it, whatever that is, and being consistent. Because the thing is, you'll show up for your job every day, but won't show up for yourself every day. You'll be like, you'll put in, I know people that put in 16 hours for somebody else, but when it's time to put it down for their own business and the things that they believe, they won't do it. And so I just think that we gotta flip that mindset and really go ham for you.
Yes.
That's so true. And that's with anything that you do. I mean, perfect example. Once I decided that I didn't want to be heavy anymore, and after being heavy my whole life, 285 pounds. And I really said, is this really how I want to live? When the mindset changed, that weight didn't come back on. So now, like, I am dedicated. Don't talk to me while I'm on my walks. Don't call me when I'm on my walks. I'm not going to do that. So mindset is everything in everything you do, everything that you do. So Yolanda, why do you think it's important that Black creators, especially our Black creators, why is it important for them to understand the business side of content creation?
Oh, I'm so sorry. They better understand the business side of content creation, because if they don't, they'll get took, as we say in the hood, took, all right, took advantage of in everything. And I know this one content creator, I love her. Her name is Kelly Stamps. She's just a simple old little Black girl that creates content. And she didn't know the business side of content creating. And as a result, she sold a part of her brand to a company, and they were almost like slutting her out. And she even said that, she was missing money. She was missing, like, her creative juices just dried up. She became depressed, and it's because she was trying to fulfill those business contracts they had for her, that, and if she didn't fulfill it, they were going to take her to court and sue her. So they have to be so business savvy, know how the business works, know how their money is flowing, because if they don't, they will be taken advantage of. It reminds me also of Pinky from Slutty Vegan. Okay.
Yeah.
She just like allowed these corporations to come in and just take over the business. And what ended up happening? She ended up losing everything. And now she has to rebrand herself. Luckily, she can rebrand herself, because they'll never take this. They'll never take your mind.
Well, she took her business back, right, though?
Yeah, she
Yeah.
did.
Okay, I'm just making sure we know that she got that thing.
No, we know that. And now she's coming out with Vogies and all that other good stuff. But look what she had to go through in order to get to this point. You know, she lost everything. Same thing with the girl from Carol's daughter. Even though she didn't lose everything, but she just like everything changed once she gave over her product to businesses and corporations, when she allowed them to have the control. She lost control and everything changed. And then the clientele changed. Yeah, they better know their business. They better know the business side, because again, they'll be taken advantage of.
It's not just that. One of the things that I had a conversation the other day with a business client, no, if God gave it to you, if it's your brainchild, if you don't do it the way that you envisioned it, if you're not true to you and yourself, especially in those businesses where you are the brand, where people are following because they want to see you, if you let anybody take that, you're never going to be successful. Ever.
Right. And you know what I like about this Kai Cenat is that he is so in tune. I'm about to get metaphysical right now, but he is so in tune with his God self.
Yes.
We all have this inner God self, and that just like guides us to where we need to go. And he is so like deeply in tune with that. You know, if young people get in tune with their God selves, they'll be doing bigger things than Kai. Bigger things he's doing. So yeah.
That's right. It's a lot of good stuff here that we as adults, I'm 55, I'm taking cues from this young man. You know, that is a wonderful thing, right? We're going to take a short break and we'll be right back.
Are you a Black business owner looking to expand your reach? Well, has Fly Nubian Money got good news for you? We are building a Black business directory to connect you with customers who need your services. And here is the best part. It is absolutely free. Email us at info@realvirtual.net. Send us your business name. Tell us a little bit about what you do, what services you offer, your website address, and your contact information. That's it. Together, we are going to build and circulate the Black dollar. Get listed today and start connecting with people who are probably already looking for you.
Ain't no problem. We looking for you. So if we looking for you so we can put you in this directory, you need to send your business information to us today, right now. Don't put it off. Do not procrastinate, because we are putting this thing together. And all you have to do is send all of your information. Don't send no partial stuff. Be professional. Send it all. Your name, your business, your address, a little bio about you, your contact information, your website, and send it to info@realvirtual.net. Don't put it off. Do it today. Listen, we have another video that we got a lot of good stuff on this. So let's check this out and get back into the conversation.
Modern girls talking. What you coming to me for? What I told you. It don't matter what now one of the little girls say about you. Only thing you need to know is what mama say. Now turn back around and go tell them. Tell them what mama told you. Go do it now. When you get up to the top, you better shine. I know. Let them hate. You just stay up on your grind. I know. The top don't stop. It's all about how far you climb. I know. And if it's on it, better say what's on your mind. I know.
Oh, girl.
Nichole, you brought this creator to our attention today. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what you know about this creator, because this is a female creator that has been very successful.
I want to be like, that's a bad chick. That's a bad chick. This one right here. The thing that I would say is this sister right here didn't give up. I'll read what it says. Like many Black creators I think she's Louisiana. She was grinding. She was posting improv skits, dating sketches, and grown folk stuff, y'all. She edited during her shifts, between her shifts of her 9-to-5 job, just to make sure that she hit her goal of 3 uploads a week. And then one day she was short on content, so she uploaded a kids video, and that changed it all. It was originally meant to go for her niece's channel, but as expected, it underperformed with just only 20,000. Like, that's underperforming on TikTok, which was well below what she usually did. Then the next thing you know, 24 hours later, the stuff blew up and went viral. So Kanigra is a creator who I love because she didn't give up. Prosperous pivots, y'all. When she realized that I thought it was going to be this way, which is usually what happens when you do social media and you're trying to blow up. You think the audience wants this and this is what you do, so that's what you keep doing. It's always that one video that you're like, I ain't see that, didn't plan for that, didn't see it coming, didn't think it was going to be it. Well, what she did a complete 180. She was like, oh, that's what y'all want? Oh, this is where we going then. So then she started bringing in all of her family, because remember, that was for her niece's channel. So she starts bringing in all of her family. She just, I don't know if she just announced it, but I just heard about the fact that she's building a Tyler Perry size studio, y'all. She's employing her family members. She's teaching those that are in her circle, her loved ones, her family members, her downline, on how they can do what she did, teaching them to learn the business and bringing it in. She's like, hey, this is about to be a legacy and some generational wealth. You come over here, I'm going to show you, you get yours, I'm going to show you. And so it wasn't, I love her because she didn't leave anybody behind. She was like, you know what? If this is what it is, then we all in, because I'm going to share the pie and we all going to get there.
I love that. I love that.
I mean, it's so inspiring. And I have to say, Tyler, someone said, where are the fathers? This is what we're resorting to, social media. Listen, sometimes we got to get out of our own head. These youngins have to make their own path. And look, we're learning something from them today. So I'm not going to buck them, and I'm not going to put them down for how they're doing it, because we have said, not only Kai and this young lady, they are bringing people along with them. This is not like, they're getting up there and then shunning everybody else. They're teaching, they're showing, they're educating. We're moving forward. This is what's hot right now. And so therefore, why not make your money doing what's hot and makes you happy? But with that being said, Tiara, I got to ask you this. What's the first step that someone should take if they want to turn their passion for content creation into a profitable business?
I would say just do the thing. Just find it. I mean, Nichole just said it. You don't even know what that thing is going to be until you actually dive in it and do it every day. You won't find the momentum that you're looking for until you just do it and keep nailing it and saying, oh, this is working. This is not working. This is what I like. This is what they like. Here's what the numbers. Look at your stats. What is your numbers telling you? What is what are the things like that people were saying to you? Like, I really like when you do those videos about blah, blah, blah. That was funny. That was good. Listen to all of those things and just double down. Some days it's going to feel like there's only 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people watching. And that's okay. But if you just keep going, what happens, you guys, when you discover somebody new you like, and then you just discovered them? You watch one video, you watch all of them. Right. So
Baby, I go down the rabbit hole all night long. Rabbit hole.
Exactly. That's what you do. You like, oh, this is funny. Oh, I really like her. Oh, let me follow. Oh, let me keep watching. Because that's why it's so important not to get caught up in numbers initially, because you got to build your content. But once you build it, people gonna find you. People just keep doing it. That's all I would just say. Just keep going.
If you build it, they will come.
Yes, they will. But with that being said, we've got content creators we're talking about, which is on social media, regardless of what platform. People can pick their poison and then also, repurpose that video. So let's check this out. Content ownership impact. You do need to protect yourself as a content creator. So research by Harvard Business Review found that content creators who own their intellectual property are 4 times more likely to achieve financial success compared to creators who rely on platforms just like Instagram or TikTok to monetize their work. Kai is using Twitch, right? So there are other ways. Look at YouTube is another one, not just to monetize, to build your content ownership. And check this next step out, because I find that these are pretty fascinating. The global influencer marketing industry reached over 16 billion in 2023, with Black creators seeing a significant rise in brand deals, especially those who own their content and their audience. This is not a pipe dream, people. It's all about where you're going to put your energy. Do you have your belief in yourself? Do you have your mindset together? Do you have it where you're not going to let anybody shake your tree, but still also have the understanding that sometimes somebody might plant a seed that helps you to grow that tree? Because that's a discernment that you've got to learn when doing this type of content. Am I wrong? Do you, Yolanda, do you think that I'm wrong on that? Do you have anything to add?
No, you are not wrong at all. But let me tell you something, Lala. I know this is a little off topic. I was looking at Tabitha Brown thinking about you because of the Target situation. And I was thinking,
I was just about to say something about.
Yeah,
go
I
ahead.
thought that.
yeah. And my thing is, if Tabitha didn't put, oh gosh, I don't mean to be off topic, guys, but if Tabitha didn't put her things in Target and she owned her own brand on her website, online, doing her thing, she wouldn't be going through what she's going through with the public right now. She's facing a lot of public scrutiny because people don't want to go in Target to shop. But on the other side, she's telling Black people to go into Target to buy Black-owned things. That's not going.
That's the thing. What she messed up on
Before we
is.
go, okay. I was gonna say before we go there, before we go off the tangent, before we go left. No. Before we go left, I was just gonna bring it back to content creation because I don't know Cenat, but I know Tabitha Brown.
Okay.
Tabitha Brown is a friend of mine.
I know she is.
Right? And so, no, this is not about Target. But what I was going to say was watching her even rise, watching her decide to do a video or start, like, her knowing, like, God is telling me, I remember her saying this to me, like, God is telling me to go vegan because she wasn't well. God is telling me to do as an actress, like Tabitha is an actress first. Like what she has accomplished wasn't really what she set out to accomplish. So like she didn't really want to have manufacturers and all of that. This girl just came to LA to be an actress like the rest of us, right?
It was like that video that hit after 24 hours, and it was
this is right. This is what I was about to say, and this is just a lesson. And this is not. I just want to shift it back to content creation.
Yeah. Thank you.
Before we go there, but what I know is from having a conversation with Tab before she made her video, her starting to go live. I remember her first live video when she was like, well, these are Brussels sprouts. Here's where, she was on Facebook, right?
Yeah.
And she started to do that consistently. It wasn't until she was Ubering and sitting in the car eating a sandwich from Whole Foods that was like a vegan sandwich. And she was like, honey, this is just, oh my God. Oh. And what happened was that video went viral. And then she became an ambassador for Whole Foods. But that wasn't, because even then I was like, girl, we need to create a show. She was like, sis, I got some things in the works. But I didn't know. And then that became something else. And then became something else. And then became something else. And then, she got TV shows and all of these things. But initially, Tabitha Brown wanted to be an actress. And she is an actress. But she didn't set out to run and manufacture and build a warehouse and do all of that. That it's like I would rather partner. And at that time we didn't know that Target was faulty. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
so I just say that.
But I'm just saying that is very true. And you live and you learn, right? Yeah. But still, I'm just saying how if you give your things, your intellectual property to these corporations, what can happen? You'll end up losing. And again,
she's losing. I think she's just in a. What? Build a manufacturer, build a factory, and then you got to send the factory.
No, she didn't have to do it that way. No, here's the thing: get your stuff up, get it started, get it running. You use them like they use you. The moment that she got the opportunity to get there, she should have had attorneys on board and been like, "Hey, I'm gonna do this piece over here, but y'all can't have my all." And I'm going to have mine over here. Because the thing is, right now, there's a big thing on YouTube where they're just killing people's channels. I mean, there are people who are like, I don't even know what I did. They didn't give me a reason. I was talking to another attorney yesterday about intellectual property and how they're dinging and people who have built their whole thing on just making videos on somebody else's platform and didn't have a community, didn't have their own website, didn't have products outside of making YouTube rich, they're feeling it. So if you're going to start your business, you got to be business smart. You started out because that's the thing that you love to do. That's where your passion, that's where God is leading you to go. But once you get there, he said, be wise. So then you got to know, I got to have the back end. Most businesses don't fail because they got a bad product or a bad service, or the business owner is a horrible person. They fail because they didn't have the foundation that they needed legally and operationally. They didn't go back and get that business part of it to really make it a business to compete with the cutthroats of the Targets and the other people who are now like, yeah, thank you. You got us a few black dollars, but we don't need you.
And that brings us right back to the topic that we're talking about with Kai today, because Kai knew that power. And so Kai was like, Netflix, nah. Amazon Prime, nah. I got my own thing on my own platform. I don't need you.
Exactly.
And it wasn't being snide like, I don't need you. It was, I'm sorry, I got my
Knowing
own.
who you are.
Right? So I do want to check out one more video. And then after the video, we're going to have our final thoughts. This has really been an excellent conversation and a lot of lessons that we all can learn, because somebody's always telling you to put all your eggs in one basket. Well, Instagram, girl, that ain't the way to go no more. It's actually YouTube. Oh, YouTube taking people down. We better go to Twitch. So we have to be smart in our business and know how to diversify. And this young man is steady on the path, and so is that young lady that we were talking about. So let's check out this video and we'll wind this thing down.
So Cenat turns down a $250 million deal from, I think, Netflix, and I think he got another offer from like Amazon. Turned that shit down. Now I'm gonna just say, like, that is some boss ass shit, because a lot of people would just take the deal, but he's like, I'm gonna just keep my shit on my platform because it's my idea. And I feel him, because anytime you give away your ownership, now it's like these other platforms, they're going to start censoring you. They're going to start making up all these rules, and it's just not going to be the same. And it's like, keep ownership when you're successful. Obviously, they see something in his ideas and his content that's highly valuable. So I'm really just wanted to give much respect. But I also wanted to say this, like, y'all, we live in a day and age where literally all you got to do is pick up a camera and be consistent and be yourself, and you can be a millionaire. You literally can get paid to be yourself. I want to say that he makes like $360,000 per show.
And I tell you, when I was a community manager for a live streaming platform, that's what I told all the creators that came on and that I brought them on. Those that took that advice did well. Those who didn't and just wanted to pick off of what was popular and then tried to jump on that and that didn't fit them, didn't do so well. So you must be yourself. Now, with that being said, we've said a lot of things. We all have experience in this, but it's time to wind it down today, because Friday is here, baby, and I had given some cheers to you. So I'm going to start with final thoughts, and I'm going to start with you, Nichole, and tell us where we can find you.
All right. So in my head, I got so much to share, and I'm going to distill it down to this. You got to be you, but be smart. So everybody, I don't care if it's the 10-year-old grandson, after he gets home from school, he has the opportunity to be a millionaire in this day and age, and whether it's by making content or whatever. Everybody should have a side hustle, or at least a business, because it's the right thing to do legally. It's the right thing to do in your community. It's the right thing to do to create generational wealth in your community. But it's also a good tax write-off, because I don't want Uncle Sam to have any of my extra money. So if you need help trying to figure that out, that's what I do. A business attorney, an entrepreneur myself, and someone who believes in Black business. So if you're looking to get a business started, you're looking to pivot because you realize that the DEI space isn't what it is, or your job ain't going where you want it to go, you can hit me up at NicholeShelton.com. NicholeSheltonCoach.com, sorry.
Get that coach in there. Get that coach in there. It's up and you see it. So your homework assignment is to go and do that. Go check out Nichole. She's smart. She's got a lot of things for you. She's going to help you keep your shit together. Yes, I said it. She's going to get you in line, because that's what you need. You must get yourself in order. So these things like people taking your stuff and things like that won't happen to you. How about you, Tiara? What is your final thoughts, and where can we find you?
I didn't know you were coming to me. I thought you were going to go to her first. I thought you was going to go Yolanda, but it's all good. I think this is definitely a great conversation, and just to keep thinking about things that again you can own for yourself, content that you can create. I think that the thing about Black people is that we have brilliant ideas, but we consume so much. We could really flip that and just start to be the creators instead of the consumers. So I just encourage everybody under the sound of my voice and is watching me talk, to just think about what you can create today, like what you can create for us, for others to consume, and not just sit on the internet and scroll and look and watch people become millionaires. Don't sit on the sidelines of your dreams and your goals. Like, get in the game. You feel me? All right. Speaking of which, my name is Tiara Williams. I'm also known as Miss Black Hollywood. Y'all listen, I am not gonna lie to you. I am at this point, I am over budget for a music video that I am doing very soon. And so next Friday is my birthday. I am asking if you want to become a producer, or if you want to get credit for something great or being a part of something great, you can become a producer on the music video. And I'm going to give you my email address just so you know. I'm putting it out there. I'm allowing people to come in and be a part of something that is going to be amazing. So if you want to become a producer or you just want to contribute, holla at your girl. I appreciate it.
Listen, get in on the ground floor because, baby, this is blowing up. All right. It's blowing up and you want to take that ride, get on the rocket and ride.
I got my
Right.
Cash App down here too.
And there is her Cash App. So bless her for her birthday.
Listen, I ain't ashamed. Listen, I love y'all. I love y'all. It's like family up in here. So I'm telling y'all, your girl is over budget. Listen, this music video is serious.
It's easy to do. It is easy to do. I know. I've learned a lot of things that we had to do.
Again. Wait a minute. Somebody asked for my email again. Listen, there it is. Info.
There it is. Go on and get that down right now.
I appreciate you.
That's right. Get on that train. All right, Yolanda, what is your final thoughts and where can we find you?
I got $5 on T's Cash App.
Hey, I'm taking it.
On it. No, but seriously, I believe the children are the future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Okay. And I just feel that the young people, oh my goodness, they are setting the precedent on how to make money outside of corporate, how not to be a slave, you know what I'm saying, in the corporate sector. And that is dangerous in itself. I'm actually not afraid for Kai, but just a little bit cautious around him, because with that greatness and that mindset, people will always try to crush you. And I'm just hoping that he stays the course and he stays strong, and also serve as an example to these other young people on what power and greatness looks like, because it does reside in him. Further, always remember, guys, either you own or you be owned. Okay. Which one do you want to be on? Which side you want to be on? You want to own or you want to be owned? Anywho, y'all can reach me if you need some insurance. My name is Yolanda Spivey. I'm the broker to the stores. Hit me up on my website, www.mwhitney.com. You can also email me at life@mwhitney.com. We do all types of insurances. We can even insure your pinky toe if you want your pinky toe insured. So hit us up. We got you.
And if you're a content creator, she got you on that too. She's a lot of my clients.
We can insure content creators. You know how many times content creators get sued? Oh my goodness.
Put it in the chat. Put your email in the chat, and then we need insurance for my music video, so I gotta call you.
You see, this is how we do it at Fly Nubian. Hey, we help one another, not only just y'all, but we help one another. Now, listen, I do know that we do have a couple of people in our chat, and I want to call this out before I say my final thoughts. We have Vintage, who says, he or she, I'm sorry, I don't know if it's a female or male, are saying they're looking for opportunities. Tiara, don't we have a list of hustles that we can put up that people can get for free to help them get on the train of content creation or whatever they need to do on a side hustle to get it together? If you want that free list of hustles, 40 of them, You can get it by emailing us there, info@realvirtual.net. So Vintage, I'm speaking to you directly because honestly, we don't play around when people ask. We want to help deliver. So go there, see if any of those tickle your fancy, and go ahead and get on that train to get started. That's free. You got 40 of them. All right. So here's my final thoughts, and I'm actually going to direct it to Tyler. And Tyler, you said you don't know what your talent is. Sweetie, we all have one. And what it's going to take is for you to just get quiet within yourself, not just block out any naysayers. What is it that floats your boat, that makes you so happy that you don't care if you're making money or not at it? And I know that sounds crazy, but what that is what God has given you. And I'm a believer. If you're not, you could take that with a grain of salt. That is what your calling is. Follow your calling and everything else will fall into place. So do not get discouraged. Sit down and really think about what it is that makes you happy or something that you're good at, and then tap into that. Then follow that. Take the first step, because when you take the first step, other things come toward you. So my message is to you today. I want to uplift you and encourage you. Get the list that we have. Tap into what you love. Then just have faith enough in yourself to step out there and do it. Now, I am an international real estate agent as well as a content creator. So if you're looking to move abroad, because people are also making a lot of money with content creation moving abroad, you can go to my website and download some free resources there that will help you decide if that's something for you to do in your life. And you could do that at www.laurakey.net. I came up with this beautiful affirmation this past couple of weeks, and I'm really feeling it. And so I'm going to share it with you before we end. It is, you may not feel ready, but as long as you move, the spark will follow. So I hope that uplifts someone today. We have had a beautiful conversation. There are things that we can do to uplift ourselves. So we thank you. We thank every last one of you for being here because we really appreciate you. Thank you for joining us. Kai's success shows that ownership is key in building long-term wealth. By owning his content, creating his own path, and staying independent, he's proven that creators don't need big studios or networks to thrive. They just need a plan and the courage to control your own narrative. So let's take this lesson to heart. All of us, I think all of us here on the panel have today. We want to control and grow our businesses. Let's build wealth and stay true to our creative freedom. Ownership is power, baby, and it's time that we embrace it. So until next time, stay empowered, stay focused, and keep building your legacy because you are worth it. Have a beautiful weekend. We'll see you Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and be blessed. Peace out. Mwah. Sugar. See ya.